My name is Sean Chelfin, and I am going to show exactly how I allege Expedia and Kayak, Ross Weber, Chris Ishmael, and Fastly are attacking me. They're starting with hacking the state of New York's website. This is the state of New York's website. This is my domain right here, go.viajes, and this occurred back in June of 2017. And they installed 6,257 pages of a PDF inside my computer. And with this came this link right here, with 206,000 links, by the way. There's links to all kinds of websites, including the Department of Justice's, the FBI's website, and the state of New York. But we're just going to start off with the state of New York. If you click on this, that link right there, it goes right to the state of New York's website from this link right here, this document that these hackers, I allege, Expedia, Ross Weber, Kayak. If you click on this, it goes right to my domain, go.viajes. Now, go.viajes, this is on State of New York's website, by the way. Now, this used to be a website of mine that took me 5 weeks to build. They destroyed it. But these links right here, watch. They're programmable. I could put kayak.com on the State of New York's website right there. I could put Expedia.com on the State of New York's website. I clicked on it. It goes right to Expedia. Let's back up. Right here we are on the State of New York's website. We're hacking the State of New York's website. I could probably put the people that are hacking me, like TomParker.com. Right there's TomParker.com. Now, I don't think there's a website named TomParker.com, but I could put Chris Ishmael, who I allege is hacking me, and there he is on the State of New York's website. And that's probably going to end dead because there's probably no such. Oh, Chris Ishmael has himself a flight. How about that? I didn't know this was going to happen. Hey, Chris Ishmael has himself a jet radar site. He's hacking me, by the way. And now we put him on the State of New York's website right here. Now, what they're doing is backlinking me. They're backlinking, and they're taking all of my domains times 200,000, 206,000 on this 6,000 page document, and they're backlinking me. Now, this is a net stat that I ran July 19th. Now, there is Expedia inside my net stat. And what they're doing, Expedia and Kayak, Varnish, Fastly, they have established a hidden virtual network computer module. This right here is Chris Ishmael. He's from Turkey. He is their paid hacker. He is Expedia's paid hacker. And what this is right here is an actual net stat to GoDaddy that I ran on July 19th. And this is everybody that was tied into my network. And I don't have a server network. These guys do. And here is Expedia and Chris Ishmael in my server, skin.shopping. Skin.shopping. They're in the process of hacking me. And these guys right here, Expedia, just finished hacking me. And let's break it down to like armed robbery, a bank robbery. These guys come in, they don't wear a mask. They're getting caught by a closed circuit TV. They're on camera. And they left behind their hacker, Chris Ishmael, because these guys just finished injecting their script. Now, I'm going to show you what they inject, I think. This is what they're doing. They are inserting travel assets. Travel assets is Expedia's toolkit, and they call it they're web kits, but they call them travel asset toolkits. And this was done on July 27th, 2018 at 5:55. And this is on the Expedia site that they installed their own travel assets toolkit. And then here is my site on 5:50. Remember, this was done on 5:55. This has a version 2.19. I don't have a version here, but it is a B travel assets toolkit, WebKit. And they're hacking me. And this is a prime example exactly how Expedia is taking over Hotels.viajes. Within 5 minutes, they're injecting their script through their travel assets toolkit. Now, check this out. 1 second here. This is a net stat that I ran in July 2018, and I'm just going to run this net stat so you can see that Expedia and this guy, Chris Ishmael, are hacking me. I'm running a net stat. It's a physical net stat. And I'm cruising through here looking at my skin.shopping. I've never seen this before. I'm cruising through. Got the volume off, by the way. And I'm rolling down in July, and I discover Expedia and Chris Ishmael in my net stat. This is robbing the bank and getting caught. This is Expedia getting caught in my network, injecting their malware in my website. Expedia. Now I'm going to show how they're hacking the state of New York's website right here. This is Expedia and Chris Ishmael hacking the state of New York. Right about here. Coming up close. A second here. Right here. And I'm going to run this net stat. I'm running a net stat, and I discover. Okay. I just discovered these guys are linking my net stat to the state of New York. They're hacking the state of New York's website, and there is Chris Ishmael again, and he's got himself attached to my Google user content. He is stealing the entire search. And up here is how they're linking me to the state of New York's website. Now, I'm going to go through and show you how Fastly has, this guy right here, Fastly, has installed all of these links to the state of New York's website in the Fastly content that's delivered to my computer. Fastly is installing multiple gigs, up to 200 gigs of data, and they are installing it in my computer, and they're using it as a server so they can upload content to whoever is looking for my sites. And they're doing it using backlinks on the state of New York's website. My name is Sean Chalpin, and this complaint is going to the FBI and the Secret Service. Again, I am being attacked in the headers of my websites. And if you inspect the element here, we are looking at this element, and we are going to the header. And these headers have relay links in them above the title right here. And that title page right here is where the website starts. But all of my websites have been injected with these relay icons. And this IE Edge right here, I have discovered a Google Analytics account that goes into this script right here. Now, this is hotels.viajes. This is cruise.viajes. And cruise.viajes has the same headers. Hotel.beer. And I allege I am being attacked by Expedia and Kayak. They are stealing the search. When the generic traffic comes into the head of this site, it bounces and redirects. That's what these relays are. And they're using favicon SVG files to redirect the traffic. And here's what I mean by that. I'll show you Vegas Baby. One more. And suit.style. They're stealing the search from me with these relays. Here, and thank you, GoDaddy, for taking my site down. But there is the relay links, and here is the IE Edge. Now, the IE Edge, I'm just going to leave this here. The IE Edge was found in a 12,000 page document that hackers delivered to my computer. And Lakana, there, by the way, is IE Edge right here. And this entire script is in the header of my websites. Here is an Apple Touch icon. And I know this company right here is stealing. These hackers got sloppy and left this in. This is a Minnesota-based company. And they left their Google Analytics number here in my account. Now that Lakana also has left their Twitter login, their Facebook login, their Google Plus login. These guys are stealing the traffic from me, and they're exiting it out port 443, and I believe that they have a company called North Ghost writing the application for that. Here is the port. Now, North Ghost left their password in the header here. Now, Lakana is working with these guys, and North Ghost is only 29 miles from Fastly, right up the road in San Francisco. Now, what I mean by port 443 is this right here. I think. Right here. Port 443. This is the header image in the relays. Right here. It's right there. See this IMG1? There is IMG1. A relay that is exiting to Akamai. Now, that is a website IP address that is on an Akamai server. Now, Akamai is plugged in to my NetStat almost every day. And I will show you what I mean by that in a second. But we're going to go through here and look for Go Central, because my websites are parked at GoDaddy, and GoDaddy has punished me for communicating with the FBI and the Secret Service with videos. And I want to show you what I mean by that. When I say GoDaddy Go Central, this is how I build my websites right here. And underneath, by the way, this was a 12,028 page document that I have found, and I completely figured out this hack. And with this Go Central discovery in this 12,000 page document, there is a AdWords account, Google AdWords. Now, the Google AdWords account, again, along with North Ghost and many others I will show here, Google AdWords was just on 3 pages. Now, Google AdWords not only was attached to Go Central, which is a GoDaddy website builder, it's attached to this unique URL, /GoDaddy /GoDaddy /GoDaddy. And so now that is interesting to me because this unique URL /GoDaddy, these hackers left this document in my account, this AdWords account. It's not mine. I don't have an AdWords account. But look at this. This is oh Jesus. Right here. That unique JavaScript. And that JavaScript ties in this JavaScript. It's a hack. Now, I have been trying to explain this to the folks at GoDaddy, and they do nothing to help me because my headers are hacked right here. These are the relay links, Apple Touch icons, and there is the X-UA IE Edge. And that is, again, I'm going to go back to that. That is Lakana. Now, let's look at this URL, this unique URL. JavaScript. That is installed into my computer. Now, by the way, here is hotels.viajes. And this injection was done on June 5th at 9:43. This injection was done on June 5th at 9:49. 5, almost 6 minutes apart. And they are mirroring my site. They are hijacking the site. Here's another one. This is Expedia. That's line 5,149. And this number right here is unique to a Facebook ID. It's over here, and it's over here. Now, there's more. Expedia has completely taken over my sites every time I build it. Now, check this out. This is line 2650. This is line 2650. They are the same. They are the same. Expedia takes over my sites every time I build them. Now, check this out. Here is another one. This is Adobe Marketing Cloud, but that right there belongs to an Akamai hack, I allege. And this is tying in the Rainier hidden virtual networking computer module. They are tunneling me. Now, that mic belongs to, by the way, I'm just going to show you Rainier. This Rainier is 33 pages long. This is a hidden network computer module where they have completely taken over my iPhone, my computers, my routers. This is a router reconfiguration software program that was installed into my computer. It's awful, and I'll show you what happens here. They are using, in the netstat, I caught this tunneling right here. Right there it is. It's a tunnel. And they're using that to intercept everything I'm doing, including hacking my orders. That's Akamai Technologies. I'm going to go back to that. Akamai is plugged into me every day. Every day. And they're injecting my computers along with Fastly with content so they can deliver it to these websites. Here is Akamai right here in a no, this is Fastly. Fastly is intercepting my netstat on the very first hop. Now, we're going to go back to Fastly, but these tunneling hidden virtual network computing modules is from a Microsoft Rainier product. This thing. Now, this reconfigures routers and browsers. And this is stealing the Amazon and Google user content, and Akamai are plugged in here, but this Google user content is stealing the search. Now, I found back in the day, I don't want to get too far apart. This is that hidden virtual network computer module. These guys are in my bedroom. These guys are listening to me. Now, Expedia is intercepting my netstat as well. They completely hijacked my computer. Now they are encrypting this. This netstat, this is Expedia getting caught stealing from me. This is Fastly. So, let's move on. I want to finish some of these Expedias. This guy right here was inserted on, again, June 5th, where they can mirror my site. Now, I'm going to close out of this. 1 second. We're moving here. This was done on June 27th, 2018 at 5:55. This was done on June 27th at 5:50. They're identical. They're absolutely identical. And Expedia is taking over my sites, hotels.viajes. But we want to go back to this Godaddy. And Go Central. Go Central is where I build my websites. Out of 12,000 pages in this intercepted document, it's on 2 pages. However, Godaddy is on 250 pages. And these guys, I allege, are hijacking the domain credentials that are parked at Amazon. Now, my GoDaddy rep, I believe, was very not truthful with me. He called me in 2018 in the fall and said, by the way, Sean, we moved your domains to GoDaddy, or I'm sorry, Amazon. Okay, but why? He didn't have an answer. But it turned out those domains could have been moved back as early as August 2017. I found documentation. So he was not truthful to me. Now, one of the things I want to point out here is IE Edge. Now, IE Edge is in the header right here. Now, IE Edge, I mean, oh my gosh. IE Edge is their Google Analytics number that's buried in this Lakana document. Right there is their Google Analytics number. Now, the other thing that I want to point out is that I think they're stealing the search with the Google user content. This Google user content has a client ID, a Yoast client ID. That's not mine. The other thing that is in here, and by the way, again, the Google user content is found in the NetStat multiple times. And that's how they're stealing the search. Right there is Google user content, and they're hijacking any SEO that my websites would earn. Now, I've tried to convince this to GoDaddy, and they do nothing. And I allege that my rep knows something about this. And here they are plugged in to the Amazon servers where my domains are parked. Now, I could Google Amazon Oz, and there is how they're doing it. These guys are stealing the search. There's Amazon, and I closed out a bit. I do want to go back to this. So here's evidence of that Rainier router reconfiguration. Now there is a password or a login here, but it's encrypted, and it's called right here, the Cisco ID client function. And this is reconfiguring my router. And there's 33 pages of router reconfiguration here. And they're sharing right here. You see this? You see that? There is the shared router reconfiguration it's a Microsoft product. Rainier is a Microsoft product. And there is Apple telling me my computer is being shared. Now, I am writing these videos and making these videos because this is how I make complaints to the FBI. This is IC3G. Now, these are complaints with videos attached to them because it's too hard to explain in print. Now, there's that Microsoft in action, and there is that hidden virtual network right here accessing the domain credentials at GoDaddy. Now, I have tried to get GoDaddy's attention on this for 2 years, and they've done nothing. And now that I caught this, they got really quiet and wouldn't fill out a support ticket and just ran away. And now they are using intimidation tactics to cancel my account. And I allege that I am allowed to do anything in a manner that to submit a record document or any object to an official. which is, in my opinion, the FBI and the Secret Service. And if you prevent me from doing it, you're breaking this law. You're breaking this law if you prevent me from doing it or you try to intimidate or threaten me. And this is showing the FBI and the Secret Service that I am being hacked. Now, I want to go through here and show us a couple other things. EWE, Jenkins, if I can find it. Jenkins. If I can spell it. Jenkins. Now, Jenkins is a login username. And it's either logging in here to Amazon. I haven't figured this one out. It's logging into my server, which is likely to be it. Or it is an Expedia Akamai login. These guys are hacking me. Now, Expedia is injecting their travel asset toolkits. And I think they are. Let's just do a hyphen, see if that pulls up. When this bounces, it's encrypted. So it's in there. So if you do travel assets, there it is. Well, they're injecting Expedia software right into my website. And there is that Jenkins login. Now, there are other things in here too, like Google user content. Now, the Google user content, that stars for multiple IP addresses. But it's located all throughout this document, and they're stealing the search with this. And I have already shown the Google user content Yoast SEO account. Now, the other thing they're doing is they're redirecting the headers with these SVGs. And I think I lost it. That SVG, I know I did. That SVG file, if you type in SVG plus, they're redirecting the header image with the SVG XML. And I have been trying to explain this to GoDaddy for 2 years, and they do nothing. And so that SVG file is found on 182 pages where they're redirecting the search. That image bounces. It's connected to them. And there, again, is the Apple Touch icon. And lastly, I called and complained about the travel assets to Expedia on May 17, 2018, and Expedia hacked my website from their headquarters with this IP address right here. Those and those. Hotels.viaje is hacked by Expedia from their headquarters. There is the IP addresses that hacked me. And wrapping up here, I want to show in this, that's 15,000 pages. They're not in that one. Where'd you go? I hope I didn't close it. Fastly is redirecting my traffic. Watch how this works. They're getting everything I'm doing. I'm typing in Wood TV right here. Wood TV. And it redirects right to Fastly. I'm going to type in CNN, and it redirects right to Fastly. Wood TV, and it redirects right to Fastly. So they're getting everything I'm doing. Now, I just can't believe it. I want to fill out, I'm looking for that document here. They're hacking the state of New York's website with my computers. They're backlinking me. This is stealing the Google user content. They're tapped into my Amazon servers where GoDaddy parked my domains. Now, Fastly, as you saw that redirect, and they're still redirecting me, by the way. Fastly is in this document, I think, I don't remember, 200 pages. But they're installing script and using my site as a server. And all I wanted GoDaddy to do was remove my domains from Amazon and fix the header redirects, and they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. And here we are. Here we are. It's January 30th, 2019. And Fastly is still redirecting my browser traffic. This browser is warning me and saying, you're being redirected through Fastly. Even though you type in Wood TV and you hit enter, it goes right to Fastly. This is Fox 16. You type it in, hit enter, and it's going through Fastly. CNN, they're redirecting. Absolutely, it's unfathomable that this company is doing this. I have caught them in my NetStat. I have seen them deliver tens of thousands of pages of content to my computer, and they still attack me. Here are some screenshots of Lakana, and they gifted this Google Analytics number for me, but notice the Apple Touch icons that are in the header of this script that I discovered. Now, this script that I discovered has the Bootstrap CDN and the Apple Touch icons, and Lakana is only found on 8 pages of this 12,000 script. But here's what it looks like when it's in the header of my website. You can see the Bootstrap icon and the Apple Touch relays. And that script is 800 pages long. This is what Expedia looks like when they take over Hotels.Viajes. Here, it's identical, line by line. This is Hotels.Viajes, line by line here. Look at line 88 in the green. Those are travel asset toolkits that Expedia is injecting into my website. This is a favicon hack at the top. It's identical. They are completely mirroring my site and taking it over. And I am pointing the finger right at Expedia. And they're backlinking me, and they're using Comodico to monitor the backlinks. And they're backlinking my domain, my websites on 206,000 websites at least. Getting closer. Right there. Lakana is monetizing for them. And there's their Facebook login, and they're in my sites, and this is all encrypted. But I caught this 12,000 page document by luck. By luck. And the last thing I want to share is this Google user content. They're stealing the search from me. They're stealing the search, and they're tying it right to the Amazon Oz servers, I think. I'm not sure about that one. But they're stealing the search. There is Amazon Oz, and in the same NetStat is the Google user content, which is all in this document that Fastly delivered to me. Now, the last party I'm pointing my finger at here is Akamai. There's Akamai, and they have the SSL certificates, I allege, and they're redirecting all the stolen traffic to there, which is an Akamai address. Now, the last thing I want to cover is Varnish. Varnish. And I've already shown you, it's in here 351 times. It's a Fastly product. Fastly is helping assist in this incredible SSH port forwarding attack. Now, Varnish is right here, and this is Tom Parker, who I allege, he's from Kayak, I allege he's indirectly part of this hack.
From concept to reality in a couple of days. Because Fastly is based on Varnish, we have complete control of our configuration. We can do things really quickly that we couldn't do before, and that was really the big selling point for reality in a couple of days. Because Fastly is based on Varnish,
they have complete control. And I allege Tom Parker knows all about how this Varnish works in my website. And that is a Fastly IP address right there. I can't believe it. How could you? But this is the best thing right here, because Lakana's number right here will tell the entire story. It will tell you how much they've been stealing from me with these Apple Touch icons that are in the headers. They're stealing. Now, here is the NetStat that I ran January 28, 2019. And I call this the Akamai hack, tunneling, and Fastly hack because, again, 2019, January 28th here. And this is port forwarding. This is hacking my local IP and port forwarding and doing what they call an SSH tunneling. And right here is tunneling. This is a severe hack into my system. But my first hop should be Spectrum Internet, but it's Amazon. And I believe that this right here is hijacking the credentials of my domains. This is port forwarding out of that port right there. And there's Akamai. This is stealing the Google search and the Google user content. But again, I want to come down here and point out this Fastly IP address. And the Fastly IP address is in here again. This is Chris Ishmael hijacking the Google search. Now, there's others ports that are listening or waiting, or this one just got out of stealing Google user content. However, this is a hack. Now, this netstat, again, was January 28th, and they started encrypting these. But this Tor browser right here, this SSH tunneling is out of Toronto, and there is the IP address right there. But it's probably going to be encrypted. This is a netstat that I ran July 19th, 2018, and Expedia is caught right in it, just exiting. And there again is Chris Ishmael. And these are Fastly IP addresses. Now, it's amazing. Two Fastlys again next to Expedia and Chris Ishmael. Now, I did a reverse lookup on Chris Ishmael's IP address, and I noticed it went through Cogent. And Cogent was interesting to me, and he's in Turkey, by the way. He's their hacker. Cogent is interesting to me because after I called Bob Zelick on May 9th or May 17th, Expedia hacked my website. They got right in. These are intrusion records. But there's Cogent and Cogent and Cogent, which is in the reverse lookup of Chris Ishmael after I called Bob Zelick. And these are the IP addresses from Expedia that hacked my website. And these are intrusion records. Now, one of the things that I want to point out, is that when Expedia hacks my websites, they completely take it over with these travel asset toolkits. I call them exploit kits. But here we have a travel asset toolkit, and this is a travel assets. And over here, they are installing travel assets into my website, hotels.viajes, and look at the page numbers right here. They're not exactly the same, but the content's the same. And so this one on line 1633, we have something very close to my site. The tracking IDs on 619. On 619, we have a tracking ID, the client ID. Expedia has completely taken over my website with these travel asset toolkits. Here on line 12 is identical to line 12 over here, where Expedia has hacked me. Expedia on line 200. This is my website, hotels.viajes, and they overtook it. Now, Kayak does the same thing right here. This was Vegas.baby, and that was cheap flights. And Kayak went through Commission Junction and gave me this redirect script that was completely fraudulent. This API right here, V1, and that looks like this. This is Kayak's script for that redirect, and it shouldn't be this. This is 44 pages. Kayak is just as involved in this as well. But I want to go back to these two documents. This is a 12,000 page document, and this is a 14,000 page document. This is a website download of geo.viajes. In Varnish, the word Varnish, I want to point that out. It is a Fastly product, and Fastly is redirecting my browsers, and they're hacking me. And Varnish is found on these 14,000 pages on 4 different pages. Now, this this is my website that was downloaded on September 19th, August 2017. Varnish and Fastly were hacking me back then, 2 years ago, almost. Now, this is a critical document. It's 12,000 pages. I found it in my cache. I allege they have converted my computers into servers, and they are using my computer as a content delivery network. Now, what is interesting about this is that I'm going to go back and find that document, the tunneling hack. Well, I don't have the descriptions here. This is another one, but so we're going to go through here and look at the Amazon Oz. So there is Amazon Oz. And here is where my domains are parked, and they're stealing the credentials of my domains at Amazon.com. And I've asked GoDaddy to remove these multiple times, but they don't. And this Amazon Oz is in here 20 times out of 12,000. And they're hacking me through here. I'm not saying Amazon is, but they're stealing the credentials of my domains. Now, Fastly in this document is found 580 times. Now, Fastly, I allege, helped deliver this. They're redirecting me. Fastly is hacking me. And this document right here shows exactly how they're doing it. Now, Fastly's product called Varnish is in here 351 times. When I say times, I mean pages. It's in here several thousand. That is Akamai. That is where my traffic is going. And I'm going to show you how it's going there right here. Because this is a favicon relay, and they are hacking me through this IP address right here. They're both Akamai IPs, and they're leaving out of this port. Now, port 443 is from North Ghost. Now, North Ghost left usernames and passwords in here. And North Ghost is exiting that traffic to Akamai through this port. And they're in here 16 times out of 12,000 pages. They're stealing, and this company is located right down the road from Fastly. Now, this is what I really want to pay emphasis to. Expedia is in here 299 times. Expedia is loading their content into my websites. And Expedia is delivering their toolkits called Travel Assets. And I called Bob Zelick and I said on May 17th, why are you delivering travel asset toolkits? And instead of calling me back, they hack me with these IP addresses on the 18th. And there's Chris Ishmael. They're hacking me. And Expedia was caught in the NetStat. And these travel assets are their toolkits. I'm telling you. And then finishing up here, Lakana. Now, Lakana gave me information I've been looking for 2 years, and that is this Google Analytics number right here. And Lakana left their Facebook logins, their LinkedIn logins right here. Lakana is converting and monetizing for them. They're monetizing.